The Greater Western New York Paranormal Society was formed to investigate an increased amount of ghost sightings in and around the Western New York region, only to find that Western New York just may be one of the most active areas in the world for a paranormal encounter. These are our stories. Hi Melissa, thanks for bringing us through the Van Horn Mansion real quick, and obviously this is a very historical building, especially with the area, and there's a lot of history tied into here, and also a lot of ghost stories too, so if you don't mind just giving us a quick walkthrough and explaining basically what's been going on here over the years.
Sure.
Okay.
This is very active down here.
Okay, so this is a
The bench.
there's an array of different reports. So what's the significance with this bench?
Talk about the pew.
For sure.
The church pew was donated, and we've had a few things actually happen on this. My mom and I and John were sitting about right here. I was right here, my mom was right here, John was right there. And my mom was kind of antagonizing whoever was down here, you know. And she said she felt a tickle on the back of her neck. And she's like, oh, well, it's just John being John, you know?
Whoa,
and
friendly.
And so she didn't think anything of it, but that night, as she was getting changed into her pajamas, she looked in the mirror and she noticed she saw 3 scratch marks on her neck. This is the library. This was a part of the 1900 edition. And we believe that bathroom right there might have been the original entrance to the attic.
Oh.
And we've actually had a lot of reports of people seeing shadow figures in there. And there's also a lot of reports of a shadow man standing in the doorway. But he kind of peeks out once in a while.
What else can you show us?
Any room. There's so much. This is the dollhouse. It seems to be that sometimes the pieces in it will move by themselves.
So maybe it's those child spirits here, you know, so
Don't like their stuff moved.
Yeah,
still playing with their toys, maybe, right?
I would.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. There's a lot going on with this room.
Now, you said that on this floor there's child spirits that like to hide behind mannequins.
Mm-hmm.
Would these mannequins here be some of those mannequins you're talking about?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So basically playing hide and seek and hiding behind these fixtures is a common claim here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I personally have had an experience where I've been touched in this room. I was putting something away in one of the dressers and I had my hand out because I wasn't going to move the display thing. I was being lazy. And it felt like someone came up to me and was like tickling my hand. And I like shot up and I was yelling at my friend. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And she's like, oh, I was just standing there.
How'd you feel after that happened?
It was the first time I'd really been touched, so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get out of this room. But
No, it was obviously it was a gentle one. You said it was like a tickle. No,
yeah.
This is Melinda's room. Okay, you said that Melinda was a wife of one of the Van Horns. Can you give us background on who this person is?
She was the first wife of James Jr., and we believe that they did stay in this room. Not much is known about her or her death. She died under mysterious circumstances. The accepted theory is she died in childbirth, because back then, you know, it wasn't necessarily uncommon, but it was pretty uncommon that her child did survive. And they didn't, when they moved in 1910, they didn't take her grave as well.
So you're thinking there's some sort of hole in this story?
There's lots of holes.
Why wouldn't they take her grave? Why was she
who
left
knows?
behind?
They could have forgot her, they could have...
You forget
Because-
somebody in the
I
family.
mean, exactly. The rest of the family's all together and gone, right?
She could have...
She's the one left behind?
I don't think she was buried with the family. When they actually found her headstone, I believe it was in the 1950s, it was cracked in half and laying up against the carriage house.
Huh.
So...
I mean, that would kind of tell you something too, right? I mean, obviously, if this is part of their family, they have a family burial plot, and this is somebody who, was obviously shunned from that plot and is put somewhere else. It's kind of significant, especially in those times, right?
It's got to be a reason.
So there's got to be something else to this story.
It's fishy.
Definitely fishy.
Now, Melinda is still buried on the property?
Yes, she is. This is the corner where
Stay.
a lot of people have seen Melinda.
This here?
Yes.
Now, why would she be in this spot and not her room or other places of the house?
Personal theory, Tom. I think this might have been a room
Okay.
because of the way that the
Sure.
boards are all weird. I think she might have died in this room.
Come on.
Okay, so why would she be in the attic? Now, we know that something had happened, obviously that put a stir inside of her ties with this family, but why would she be in the attic? Is this something that maybe she was restricted to?
I think she was kept here.
There is a marriage certificate that proves that they were married?
I think so. But she has no death certificate. And the baby was shipped off at the age of 16 to California. And his father didn't accompany him. He went over.
So the father not only basically abandoned the Melinda, but their son as well. So there's something that had happened there, because this is not a harmonious marriage. Would you agree?
I think so. Something.
Couldn't end well. No.
Okay.
The servants usually stay up in the attic. So.
That's the stuff in the story we wanted to
Kind of
accommodate
expound
ourselves
upon it.
with, yeah. Okay, this is the part of the basement where she says that there's claims of shadow figures, object manipulation, so that people feel like they're getting touched here. Yeah, she said a lot of activity revolves around this bench here, so
Yeah, I heard that part.
I'm going to try to set up some equipment.
What about a K2?
You can throw it right on the bench right there.
Let's see, 1, 2, like the third in, right? That's the legend. On the pew is the third spot in that really draws the lady. EVP1, we're in the basement, Van Horn Mansion. Cam and John? Right in the pew. Anybody down here ever heard of the Van Horns? Did the Van Horn family build this house? If yes, what year was this home built? Kind of flat. You still haven't made the green light move. Can you make this light to my right just move a little bit? Change color?
So after talking with the volunteers here, I guess none of this stuff is actually original Van Horn stuff. A lot of stuff was donated, but still, all of this stuff is very, very old. And we know how things sometimes can attach themselves to objects. Maybe this was something that was brought in here, and that's why they're experiencing so many different types of spirits, because maybe some of these things are attached to some of these old objects that are here in the
Let's
building.
go.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Guess tag I'm in. Hey, if some of the stuff down here is yours, and that's why you're still kicking around, since it's a Van Horn mansion and you're not a Van Horn, is that probably why you're here? What was that? What are all these noises?
Here, I've been hearing a lot of different noises up here.
I mean, it's a basement, but-
upstairs, but yeah, it's an old building. Who knows what these things kind of sounds these wooden beams give off? I don't know. Cracks, creaks, bangs, bang,
That's a hell of a bang.
bang, yeah. Delia Windsor Merritt.
this saddle belonged to Delia Windsor Merritt.
Yeah.
Saddle was donated to the Newfane Historical Society by her great-grandson, Clive Merritt, Newfane, 1989.
Was that like a haunted artifact too?
Well, it's definitely an old artifact. This saddle belonged to a woman who was born in 1813.
You want us to sit on your saddle? Maybe you gave up the bench, huh? Somebody down here want to hold that seat or no? So oh, there it went. Guys, it went. Listen, if you're associated with this,
Saddle.
I thought I heard something. There it goes, guys. It's flipping out. There you go.
Holy shit.
There you go. Do that again. You're associated with the saddle. You see that now?
Yeah, I saw that. Flipped all the way up to it.
Held it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Can you make that green light change color? We're talking about your property. Either it's going to be the saddle or your seat.
I heard they're getting rid of the saddle.
Burning it.
Said it's too old.
Garbage.
It's not new.
Oh, there you go, bud. Now you beg to differ, huh?
They said they want to start putting some newer things in the Van Horn to get rid of all this old stuff. What do you think about that?
History's for the birds. Out with the old, in with the new. If you disagree, make that green light change color now. You got 5 seconds. Wow. Wow. I'm just saying, sorry.
No, that's
a pretty significant clip.
That's significant.
It's still holding, man. So you disagree. I disagree too. I think history is important. If that green light changes color, that means it's okay for Cam to actually move closer to you with the seat where you're sitting. Is that okay? I don't hold out of me. We're not going there, watch. There you go, bud. Scooch.
Alright, so that thing just shot to red.
I want you closer.
And it's come back down now that I move closer.
If you like Cam being so close, can you make that green light change color now?
I want you to tell me what you love about riding the horses, and tell me why you love that saddle so much. Is that your saddle? Does that remind you of a saddle that you once owned?
Might remind you of the horsey. You know?
Yeah.
The pet. Oh, there it goes. Whoa, red line.
Pet.
Oh, look at that.
Pretty significant, yeah.
So you miss your horse as your pet. Oh, look at that.
We're going to snap some pictures with my new full spectrum camera. Hopefully we'll catch a full-bodied apparition or something.
Oh, someone's definitely upstairs. I heard footsteps. They came down. The whole team came down. There's no one up there.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't.
I hear him talking.
Just let them know we're coming out. Standing in front of this freaking mirror. Like the temp feels like it's dropping. I feel like my hair's standing on edge. Stand in front of this like, come on, its entire hair doesn't stand on edge.
As Jay described what he explained as an overwhelming negative energy coming from one of the mirrors, Lewis targets these mirrors with a full spectrum camera throughout the mansion. In one of these pictures, we can see a humanoid-looking figure that looks to have its arms arched over its head, almost in a worshipping type posture. We can see from an infrared shot taken just 1 second prior, the figure is not there. Notice the timestamp on both pictures. John and I attempted to debunk this picture only to
You
find
see how
our
close
epoch
that is? Full,
was
right?
acting
And then
very
it just
strange.
comes up and all three colors go crazy. Watch. See that?
Yeah.
Boom. So here's Gollum. See if you can make that green light change color. And then we'll let the epoch kind of simmer down a bit. Is there anything here hanging out in these mirrors? You know we're talking to you, so come on out and let us know.
After filming this scene, Dana notices 3 distinct scratches on the back of his neck.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's got 3 scratches in the back of his neck.
He's got more than that, dude.
2 hands, 3 on each
She looked in the mirror and she noticed she saw 3 scratch marks on her neck.
We were just talking about your neck too.
How sensitive it gets? I didn't touch
No,
it.
you didn't touch it.
Because I've been holding the camera the whole time.
These?
Yeah.
Like scratch marks, huh?
I think I know if I scratch my nails aren't long either.
Could this be what gave Dana those 3 scratches in the back of his neck? And could this be what gave Jay those negative feelings upstairs in the mirror? Is this a picture of Melinda, the exiled wife who has supposedly died during childbirth? Is this Mrs. Merritt, who loved her pet horse? Or is it something else?